Savitri, Book 4, The Book of Birth and Quest, Canto 2, The Growth of the Flame, page 362. A boundless knowledge greater than man's thought, a happiness too high for heart and sense, locked in the world and yearning for release, she felt in her, waiting as yet for form. It asked for objects around which to grow, and natures strong to bear without recoil the splendor of her native royalty, her greatness and her sweetness and her bliss, her might to possess and her vast power to love. Earth made a stepping stone to conquer heaven. The soul saw beyond heaven's limiting boundaries, met a great light from the unknowable, and dreamed of a transcendent action's sphere. Aware of the universal self in all, she turned to living hearts and human forms, her soul's reflections, complements, counterparts, the close outlying portions of her being, divided from her by walls of body and mind, yet to her spirit bound by ties divine. Overcoming invisible hedge and masked defense, and the loneliness that separates soul from soul, she wished to make all one immense embrace, that she might house in it all living things, raised into a splendid point of seeing light out of divisions dense, inconscient cleft, and make them one with God and world and her. Only a few responded to her call, still fewer felt the screamed divinity and strove to mate its godhead with their own, approaching with some kinship to her heights. Uplifted towards luminous secrecies, or conscious of some splendor hidden above, they leaped to find her in a moment's flash, glimpsing a light in a celestial vast, but could not keep the vision and the power, and fell back to life's dull ordinary tone. A mind daring heavenly experiment, growing towards some largeness they felt near, testing the unknown's bound with eager touch. They still were prisoned by their human grain. They could not keep up with her tireless step, too small and eager for her large paced will, too narrow to look with the unborn infinite's gaze. Their nature weary grew of things too great. For even the close partners of her thoughts, who could have walked the nearest to her ray, worshipped the power and light they felt in her, but could not match the measure of her soul. A friend, and yet too great wholly to know, she walked in their front towards a greater light, their leader and queen over their hearts and souls, one close to their bosom, yet divine and far. Admiring and amazed, they saw her stride, attempting with a godlike rush and leap heights for their human stature too remote, or with a slow, great, many sided toil, pushing towards aims they hardly could conceive. Yet, forced to be the satellites of her sun, they moved unable to forego her light. Desiring, they clutched at her with outstretched hands, or followed, stumbling in the paths she made, or longing with herself of life and flesh, they clung to her for heart's nourishment and support. The rest they could not see invisible light, vaguely they bore her inner mightiness, or bound by the senses and the longing heart, adoring with a turbid human love, they could not grasp the mighty spirit she was, or change by closeness to be even as she. Some felt her with their souls and thrilled with her, a greatness felt near, yet beyond mind's grasp. To see her was a summons to adore, to be near her drew a high communion's force.